Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. If you could please stand for national anthem, which will be followed by the alma mater. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Long Reach High School 2017 Commencement Ceremony. My name is Allison Lerman, and I am the president of the class of 2017. Each of us graduating today have something to be proud of, and we are incredibly excited and grateful that you are all here to share in celebrating with us. High school has been a series of ups and downs, trials and tribulations, successes and failures. Some of the most important lessons we learned have occurred outside of the classroom. We have learned how to persist past obstacles, how to develop a passion, how to support our friends, and much, much more. When you think back to high school, remember how much you accomplished and how much you changed. At Long Reach, we have all encountered defining moments that have shaped the person we are today. Let those moments guide you as you embark towards your future. While our time at Long Reach has gone by faster than the flash of a lightning bolt, we have learned a tremendous amount and are ready to leave our mark on the world. Life constantly gives you new opportunities to reinvent yourself, and graduation is just one of these moments. Always remember who you are and strive for who you want to be. Class of 2017, now is our time. So are you ready? Thank you and congratulations to the Long Reach High School Class of 2017.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michelle Rim. It is my pleasure to introduce our platform guests. We are grateful and honored that they are willing to take time out of their busy lives to be a part of our commencement this afternoon. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Honorable Mr. Alan H. Kittleman, County Executive of Howard County. Dr. Michael J. Martirano, Acting Superintendent, Howard County Public Schools. Miss Linda Wise, Deputy Superintendent, Howard County Public Schools. Miss Cynthia Valancourt, Chairman, Board of Education. Miss Sandra French, Member of the Howard County Board of Education. Mr. Frank Easton Jr., Executive of School Improvement and Administration. Dr. Gina Masea, Administrative Director of Secondary Schools. Ms. Diane Martin, Director of the Community Outreach and Engagement. The Honorable Guy Gazzoni, Maryland State Senator, District 13. The Honorable Dr. Clarence Lamb, Maryland House of Delegates, District 12. The Honorable Shane Pendergrass, Maryland State Delegate, District 13. The Honorable Miss Vanessa Adeberry, Maryland House of Delegates, District 13. The Honorable Eric Ebersol, Maryland House of Delegates, 12th District. The Honorable Dr. Calvin Ball, Howard County Council, District 2. Mr. Joshua Wazaleski, Principal of Long Ridge High School. Mr. David Burton, Principal of Glen Elk High School. Miss Tina Maddox, Principal of Homewood.
My name is Allison Lerman, and I would like to introduce Mr. Joseph Novotny, Senior Class Sponsor, Mrs. Heather Johnston, Long Reach High School Teacher of the Year, Mr. Joshua Wazaleski, Principal, Mr. David P. Burton, Principal, Glen Elk High School and former Principal, Long Reach High School, Ms. Tina Maddox, Assistant Principal, Homewood Center, Mr. Jeffrey Fisher, Administrative Intern, Applied Research Lab, Mrs. Judith Hendricks, Assistant Principal, Mr. Sam Richmond, Assistant Principal, Mrs. Nelda Sims, Assistant Principal, Mrs. Jennifer Whidden, Assistant Principal, Mr. Richard Smart, Administrative Intern, Miss Elizabeth Dolan, Counselor, Mrs. Tara Ebersol, Counselor, Miss Margaret Jones, Counselor, Miss Brett Moore, Counselor, Mrs. Jennifer Shepard, Counselor, and Mr. Kevin Silico, Counselor. Please join me in welcoming our guests to our commencement ceremony today. And now we will hear a musical selection from our music department.
Good afternoon, class of 2017. My name is Cameron Cunningham. It is my honor to introduce this year's Long Reach High School Student Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Heather Johnston. Mrs. Johnston has taught English for 20 years at Long Reach High School. This is her third time winning Teacher of the Year for Long Reach. She graduated from Towson State University in 1997. She began working for Howard County Public Schools that same year. She then returned to Johns Hopkins University and earned her master's degree in 2002. She has been married for 17 years and has 2 daughters that amaze her every day. She works part-time in the thriving Baltimore theater community. She has been an actress, stage manager, costumer, and script developer. This year, Mrs. Johnston began an artist in residency program with the Baltimore Shakespeare Factory, forging a relationship to invite artists into Long Reach to assist students with their understanding of Shakespeare's text. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Mrs. Heather Johnston.
Good evening to my esteemed colleagues, Board of Education members, parents, and most of all, the graduates. In preparing this speech, I've thought about Long Reach and what quirks I personally appreciate. There's signs around Long Reach that you have never seen. They lurk in planning rooms and faculty rooms. They say, "Be who you needed when you were younger." I've often thought about what a teacher provided me and where I'd be without them. I remember my high school English teacher. His name was Joseph Gyra, and in the late 90s at Randallstown High School, he had a tremendous impact on me. I was a student who was forever walking around with her nose in a book, scribbling in small notebooks. I had poems, short stories, chapters for novels, rants, commentaries, and doodles. In English 10, when we completed our first creative writing assignment for the year, I got back a paper I had never received in my life. Not only was there an exemplary grade on top, but a note that said, "Heather, this could be published." I went home in awe. I never considered a career in writing, journalism, or English. I thought this was just a phase. I made my way back to him after school and told him of my apprehensions and my humble thanks for noticing a strange young girl who didn't know what gifts lie beneath the surface. He not only assisted me in finding myself, but also entered me in a writing competition. It was this contest for budding writers that opened the door of opportunity. I met Senator Barbara Mikulski, who was so impressed she offered my family a state senatorial scholarship in exchange for a promise to pursue my talents further and stay in the state of Maryland. I think without that moment, I would never have considered teaching. I remember how it felt to be singled out, rewarded, encouraged by a teacher I admired. I remember vividly, even now, the swell of pride when someone took an interest in me. As a teacher who spent 20 years at Long Reach, I try to remember this in my everyday lessons. There are students out there that need me. I try to live my life with love, a heart that is forward, striving for excellence, and including anyone that wants to come along for the ride. I know there's students who fall through the cracks, but my colleagues work very hard every day to support those students, to give them care, concern, and education that they need. But I'm going to be completely honest with you. Some days it's really hard. Some days I don't have it in me. Some days I need somebody to help me too. And what I've learned over 20 years is that's okay too. The students need to see us as role models. They need to learn that even exemplary humans have off days. The best heroes are always flawed in some way. The best stories include a moment where things look grim for our protagonist, but their victory is so much sweeter because they overcame that hindrance and triumphed in spite of it. My hope is that students leave my class and can tell you about iambic pentameter, universal truth, juxtaposition, the formula for writing a compelling and structured thesis statement. But the truth is, they're not going to remember those things in 5, 10, or 15 years. What I hope I left behind is my legacy of love. One of my favorite quotes is from a poem by W.H. Auden. I'm not going to cry. If equal affection cannot be, let the more loving one be me. Walking around with your heart out on your sleeve is not the life advice that most people would offer you. But for me, it's made all the difference. It does make you vulnerable and susceptible to gullible advances, but it also allows me to live a life without regret. I mom my students. I sometimes slip up, being a mother of 2 teenage girls myself. I forget they're my students and not my kids too. I recant regularly that if no one else will advocate for them, then I will. Have I lost? Of course. But the best athletes don't always perform at 100%. I can go home at night and face myself because I know I gave it my all. I tried. I've cried over my students. I've laughed out loud grading their essays. And more than anything, I felt the overarching pride of watching them bloom into well-spoken, well-read fledgling adults. I want to take a moment and sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank the parents and guardians of all the students I had the opportunity to teach this year. Thank you for loaning me your children. It's a job I did not take lightly. I hope I have fostered in them the same support, kindness, and love that they feel at home. Thank you for sharing them with me. I appreciate it wholeheartedly. I hope I return to them you a little brighter, a little wiser than they were first put in my possession. I hope in the years that come, maybe you read a book, maybe you remember a poignant quote from a novel, a poem, a play you studied. What I hope you remember more than anything is that we cared. I cared. Your teachers cared. We tried. We supported you. We want you to succeed. Look at all the staff here today cheering you on, smiling, crying, waiting for you to leave the family, go forth and make us all proud. I have one more request before I sit back down and cheer loudly for so many names I recognize as they cross this stage. I want you to make art. The truth is that all art is a reflection of humanity. Why do we read and paint and sketch and make films and essays and blogs? Because way deep down inside, we create something that resonates with others. Someone somewhere has to feel the same way I do. There has to be another outlet for all my internal turmoil, my wonderments, the constant what-ifs. John Green said, "What's the point of being alive if you don't at least try to do something remarkable? Try something new. Take a class. Deviate from a recipe." And there's the irony. I'm telling a sea of identically dressed graduates that individuality matters. But sincerely, go out of here and make a difference. There has to be more to life than just paying bills and surviving. Don't settle, thrive. Don't just make it, change it. And if the world doesn't offer you what you're looking for, go make it for yourself. I got a little more. As Neil Gaiman said in his address to the graduates, go now and make interesting mistakes, make amazing mistakes, make glorious, fantastic mistakes, break rules, leave the world more interesting for your being here. Make good art. So as I leave, graduates, was the tassel worth the hassle? I hope the answer is yes. I hope commencement really is all it's supposed to be, a beginning and not an end. I leave you with the most sage advice I could muster. You're probably expecting a quote from Shakespeare, a line from Streetcar Named Desire, a line of T.S. Eliot poetry, but it's from a far wiser source, an obscure movie in the 1980s, spoken by the one and only Keanu Reeves. Be excellent to one another, and party on, dudes.
Good afternoon. My name is Jordan Battle, and here we are, class of 2017. We're finally graduating. After approximately 2,340 days, 334 weeks, 77 months, 13 years of school, from kindergarten to our senior year. Give or take a couple days, or a lot if senioritis really kicked in for you. And quick disclaimer, these numbers may be completely off because, as my calculus teacher knows, math is not my strong suit. Regardless, those are a lot of numbers that each represent a certain time in our lives, the good, the bad, the everything. Now, as I look out in the crowd, I see people I met when I first moved here to Elk Ridge in first grade, scared of what to expect at a new school and how many colored pencils I should bring to class. I see people I met on my first day of sixth grade, scared out of my mind for middle school and not really knowing how to work a locker. I see people I met on my first day of ninth grade, when I realized that entering high school means that life is really happening. Now, maybe you're not one of the people I met in one of my firsts, but that really doesn't matter. Because everyone graduating here today has one thing in common. We have spent our last year of high school together. We are all each other's last. That's it. There's no going back from here. We are finishing the life we once knew and starting the next one that's to come. I'm so forever grateful to become a Long Reach graduate in a few moments because we are what makes this world. We are diversity. I'm so fortunate to have spent a portion of my life in this community that welcomes everyone. We are diversity. We are Black, we are white, we are Hispanic, we are Asian, we are gay, we are straight, we are trans, we are female, we are male, we are Christian, we are Jewish, we are Muslim, and every single thing in between. We are Long Reach. We are not the stereotypes. We are not terrorists. We are not thugs. We are not a sin, and we sure are not illegal human beings. So many labels. It seems like they really never end. But why? Because at the end of the day, we are all people. Point blank, period, people. That's it. We are all human beings with valid and worthy lives. Everyone says Howard County is a bubble. And, well, yes, that can be true in certain aspects. Longreach is the school that shows us what's outside of the bubble. We represent the diversity that can be seen throughout this country and this world. And I really couldn't be prouder of it. I couldn't be prouder of us, Longreach. Distinguished philosopher George Herbert Mead says, "Society is unity in diversity." This past year, our country has been described as a divided nation. But I can tell you right now, Longreach is not. Because society is unity in diversity. Nothing has prepared us for the real world more than experiencing the diversity that makes up our very own school. Oh, the years. Time really did fly by, huh? I mean, do not get me wrong. In the moments, it seems like it's lasted a lifetime, but looking back, I can really say it did go by fast. We spent the last years of our lives experiencing life. We experienced pure happiness with the people around us, our friends, classmates, and teammates, but we sure experienced heartbreak too, with friendships and relationships, and have definitely struggled getting through those 4 years of high school. Trust me, we all have said we were going to drop out way too many times to count over the years. Sorry, Mr. Wozleski. But the heartbreak and the struggles allowed us to experience the growth in who we are and who we're meant to be. The years of hard work are finally paying off, and gee, what an honor it is to have this be our last year. Let's do a quick recap. We had extraordinary performances from every single sports team at this school, hard work from every single club we all dedicated ourselves to, the best grades that we should always pride ourselves for, and so many individual accomplishments from each and every one of us that there's simply too many to even name. And I mean, we've really come together as a school this past year, wouldn't you say? The school spirit has been the most I've ever seen here at Longreach over the past 4 years, because we're finally understanding what Burton meant when he called us the Longreach family. We are a family, and we are all here today achieving the same goal with one another. Now, let's give a big thanks to Mr. Wozleski. You have really brought us together this past year and have stuck with us to make sure we had the best senior year we could ever ask for. So thank you. And now to the teachers out there, thank you. Thank you for putting up with our tiredness and our laziness and motivating us to keep pushing. We will never truly be able to thank you enough. And now let's thank ourselves. We are the future. We are the ones going to college or trade school or defending our country or going straight into the workforce. We have a voice. We always had, we always will. And now it's time for everyone to hear it. So coming from our united Longreach to you, divided nation, you cannot stop us because diversity triumphs division and unity will always win. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Moy, and wow, Jordan, just wow. Good job. Everyone has advice. Everyone says they have advice, especially now, especially as they watch you stare into the face of your future. From your parents and teachers, to peers, to that aunt you saw last summer, to the mailman you greet twice a month. Everyone has advice. And every word was valid to them personally. But not all of it might apply to you, and that's perfectly fine. In some ways, high school is a large amount of advice. Experience taught us how to cram for one exam and then learn to study for the next, or how to be patient, whether that's among lopsided group projects or people walking slowly in the hall, or how to reach out to people, when you struggle with a concept, when you need a ride after practice, when you seek a friend to join a club with you. High school taught you how to chunk your focus into weeks rather than worrying about things months in advance. How to fend off senioritis as a sophomore. Lately, you've heard a lot of advice, absorbed most of it, maybe even used some. I only have 2 ideas for you to add to that growing list. Be kind and be yourself. Be kind by doing things for others. A while back, my friend lent me some cash for food, stating simply, "Money is meant for spending." What a freeing philosophy. Not because it unburdened me from paying her back, or because it gave me an excuse to splurge excessively, but because it simplified something a lot of people make complicated. Lending out money may not fill your bank account, but the sentiment, lending out kindness, will fill your birthday parties. That simple act placed things in perspective for me. Not everything you do must be for your benefit. Not everything will go your way. Be generous and optimistic anyway. Be kind. Now, may I just take a moment to say, be kind to your mother. That's it. The best lesson I've had in high school. Life is easier when you don't argue with your mother. I don't care if it leaves you with one less night out. You'll have plenty of those. You only get one mother. Say thank you to her, and for that matter, thank all the teachers and coaches and friends and anyone else who's ever lifted your spirits or taught you a new skill or perspective. Be yourself. You define who you are. Not your clothes, not your political party, not the kids you hung out with in 4th grade, not the guys in fraternity you'll join 2 years from now, not the school you attended. Be yourself. You're ready to do that thing where you enter the real world and become a real functioning member of society. You're ready to be you. You may not believe that you are, but in that questioning, you're only proving the maturity you possess to humble yourself. You're ready. So you do you. Learn what you want to learn. John Green said to study broadly and without fear. If that means to step off the stage and go live on a boat for a year or fly to Rome, smell that ocean air and see the sights. This is the time to truly find the expert within yourself on the subjects that you value. Don't fall short of your possessions because they don't align with what society says you should do. Be fearless. Love unapologetically. Write, read, play, experiment. Do whatever you need to do to create for yourself. Be open to new opportunities. Change holds with it ambiguity and the potential for failure. Embrace it anyway. In a strange way, imagining the future seems like a bit of a cliche. But you know what? Who cares? Do whatever it is that makes you happy and never look to see who else is doing it or has done it or is watching you do it. This is your life, not their entertainment. A note: high school should not be the time of your life. You shouldn't look back 20 years from now and see them as your peak, as the glory days. Glory days are ahead of us yet. I won't deny it. Longreach had its ups and downs. I'd like to believe beyond the early mornings and late nights, most days were better than worse. Sure, you might have a few teachers in your memory that you've butted heads with. You might have a sour taste from that class you could never understand. But Longreach has been and always will be a family. I, for one, am extremely grateful to have been part of that. So go, be your loving, learning, unapologetic selves. That's my 2 cents. But allow me to leave you with one more thing. Yeah? Carl Sandburg, a man who wrote Pulitzer Prize-winning poems, said, "Beware of advice, even this." Thank you.
Hello, my name is Allison Lerman, class president. Mr. Wasilewski, the class of 2017 would like to present this gift to Longreach High School for all that you and the school has done for our class. Thank you. And now, our principal, Mr. Wazaleski.
Thank you, Allie. And it is my pleasure to introduce one of our special guests today, the Honorable Mr. Alan Kittleman.
Thank you very much. First of all, on behalf of all the residents of Howard County, congratulations to the class of 2017, Longreach Lightning. And before I go any further, I also want to acknowledge a friend who is here, is Delegate Frank Turner. Delegate Turner, please stand up. I had the pleasure of serving in Annapolis with him for about 10 years. He's a good man. I just wanted to, we heard some discussion about how you need to be thankful to your teachers and your parents and folks because of what they have done to sacrifice for you and why you're here today. And you have these great opportunities before you because of so many people in the audience here who have said, you are important enough for me to do those things. And they have sacrificed and they have worked hard, so you have this day. And I also want us to remember that yesterday we were honoring the fallen people, the women and men who serve in our military, who gave the ultimate sacrifice so that everybody here could have the life that we have in Howard County, in Maryland, and in our country. But I also think it's fitting today that we honor those who may be in the audience who have served our country. So if anyone who is a veteran who is currently on military duty, please stand up so we can acknowledge your service as well. Please. Thank you for your service. Again, we would not be here without your service. It's also come to my attention that there's a young man in the class of 2017 who's not with us today because he has already gone to report for military duty on May 22nd as a U.S. Army medic in training. That's Brennan DeRosier. So let's thank him. He's not with us today so that he can start his service to our country. And with that said, I'd also like any other member of the class of 2017 from Longreach who is going to be going into the military, whether to academy or straight to the military service, if you could stand so we could acknowledge you as well. Thank you for your future service. Thank you for putting yourself in the gap so that the rest of us could live the lives that we have. And Godspeed with you. In closing, as Stephanie said, be kind and be yourself. And what I'm looking forward to is hearing the roar of the thunder that this class of 2017, this lightning class, is going to make throughout the globe. Congratulations. Take care.
Thank you, Mr. Kittleman. And also, first of all, I forgot to say, hi, Longreach community. Let me start there. Thank you, Mr. Kittleman, and also to thank Dr. Materano, our superintendent, for coming tonight, as well as our elected officials, members of the Board of Education, family members. Thank you all for being here. And lastly, I'd like to thank Mr. Burton, former Longreach High School principal, for being here as well. So graduates, as you know, I only had the opportunity to be with you for your senior year. But I want you to know, in all sincerity, it's been an honor and privilege to serve as your principal. Throughout this year, I've had a chance to see why you're such a wonderful group of young adults. I witnessed your school pride and spirit as you filled the student section of our stadium to cheer on a football team that had the best season in our 20-year history. I can't tell you how much I loved hearing the lightning rumble echo through the stadium. I enjoy seeing you pursue your passions, whether it's on a canvas, through the lens of a camera, in the classroom, at a conference, on the stage, or an athletic field or court. Your dedication and talents were clear. I appreciate your sense of humor. I'll never forget this first day of Spirit Week. Keep in mind, it's my first year being a high school principal. And all I could do is shake my head at some of the outfits you guys wore. I think I saw one or two life-size Teletubbies walking around. That was quite a day. I was touched by your compassion and kindness. Not many of you know this, but a while ago I received a letter from a member of our community. And he described a story that touched my heart. He shared that he learned of a student that tried out for the varsity baseball team and didn't make it. And as you can probably imagine, he was really upset and disappointed. Learning of this, the entire varsity baseball team showed up one evening to support the student at a totally different event. That is who we are as Long Reach, and I couldn't be prouder. I witnessed your courage as many of you stood in front of a crowd of over 500 students and faculty to share your perspectives on marginalization, the complex topic and difficult topic of marginalization. And we heard your input about how we can continue to shape a community and school environment that has authentic and positive relationships across our many differences. Even if you're in a crowd that day, I was proud of how you listened and encouraged your classmates to share their unique perspectives on this topic. Here's my hope, that you continue to use your sense of humor, pursue your passions, stay dedicated, be kind, and maintain your sense of humor. If you do, I promise you, you're going to do amazing things. I can't tell you how proud I am of you. I am so proud. Thank you for everything you've done for our school, and I know you're going to do wonderful things. So, Ms. French, Dr. Majorano, as a proud principal of Long Reach High School, I hereby certify that the graduates seated before you have met all the requirements for graduation as set forth by the Howard County Public School System and the Maryland State Department of Education. They are eligible to receive a Maryland High School diploma, a certificate of completion, or a certificate of attendance. Dr. Majorano, turn it over to you, sir.
Well, good evening, Long Reach. It's wonderful to be here. Your principal stated that he just only got to spend a year with you. Well, I'm proud to say that I've been able to spend the last month with you. Because I'm the new guy. I'm the new acting superintendent for the great Howard County Public School System, and I'm honored to serve. I am honored to serve. And let me say that you have some of my favorite colors on tonight. Purple, silver, and black, right? And in honor of that, I just decided to show you a little bit of my style behind this formal clothing. So if I may step out from the podium for 1 second and show you my swag, let me show you. So, how you like me now? In all seriousness, this is my favorite time of the year, when we assemble all across our nation to celebrate the accomplishments of our young people. I may not know you personally, but I do know you. I speak to you as a dad of 3 young people, as a new grandfather who just had my first grandson. Well, my daughter had her first son. I didn't have the child. And my new grandson, Leo, has a life full of hope in front of him. And as I see all of you, as you embark upon the graduation of your high school era, you're filled with that same kind of hope and optimism that I have for my grandson. And like everyone assembled in this arena, you want nothing but the very best for your children. And we want nothing but the very best for all of you. And as you've taken these last 2 million minutes, the amount of time you spent in high school, I ask you, did you use those minutes wisely? Did you make all that you could be out of those minutes? And I see some head nods of affirmation, but I see maybe not so much for some. But you've made it. But what I'm asking is very simple. I've heard a theme of kindness today. I'm asking you, as you go forth and as you are given your diploma this evening, that you advance the mantra which has been my life's mission, which is to work hard every day, show up, and be kind. Be kind to those who are less fortunate. Be others-centered. And always reach down with your hand to help those who need assistance. Because in Howard County, we enjoy a very wonderful lifestyle. Our graduation rate is 93%, and many of you may want to applaud that. However, I'm not happy with that, because 7% of the individuals did not make it. And as a community, we must be committed to all of our children like we are to all of you this evening, and make certain that that 7% makes it. So young people, I can't wait to meet you personally. I can't wait to issue your diploma with Ms. Sandra French, our board member, who's going to speak to you momentarily. I accept the certification from your principal that you've met all the requirements from the state of Maryland. And I am so proud of all of you. And let's get on with the diploma issuance, if we could. Ms. Sandra French, our board member. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the Board of Education, congratulations to the Long Reach High School Class 2017. Now, to your parents, it seems like only yesterday, but it was in 2004 that Howard County's Class of 2017 began. Perhaps you were among them when 2,770 students, little guys and gals, entered kindergarten. As you grew in size, you grew in numbers. Another 1,220 students joined you, a 44% increase. People come where there's a great school system. This year, about 3,990 students, seniors, will walk down this stage to receive their diplomas and certificates. This week, you'll be receiving many graduation gifts from family and friends, but Howard County citizens have gifted you all along. Great schools like Long Reach High don't just happen. They are created and sustained through the combined efforts of talented educators, engaged students like you, involved families, and a community that not only values education, but also demonstrates that commitment by providing the necessary resources. Between 2004 and today, $164,981 was invested in each one of you for your educational success. This is a wonderful tradition of our democracy that American citizens, both with and without children, willingly support, for the most part, a free and public education for all children. Long Reach grads, you have used this gift wisely. While you managed to have some fun along the way, you worked very hard for 13 years to successfully complete your public school career. Personally, I've been impressed by your leadership and your SGA involvement, your detailed attention to the importance of each human being in your class. The new organization you created with the teachers called STAD, Students and Teachers Against Discrimination, with your theme, work to uplift, not to bring down. That is so much a valid lesson for all of us, no matter what our age. I attended your Light at the Round Tables, and I heard many compassionate comments from you. I attended Ignite the Light, sat over in the corner with Dr. Bess Altwerger, and we were both impressed by the fact that over 450 students attended that assembly and took the turn to come up on the stage and to speak from your heart about how you want to be treated and how you wish to treat others. The respect and love in that assembly, in that auditorium, was really amazing. So thank you. You've already got a lot to teach the world. So many of you have plans to leave this nurturing community to pursue your dreams. As you do, reach out to others as open-hearted as you have to each other at Longreach. But remember that you can pursue your dreams here in Howard County. So when you decide to settle down, preferably employed, come back. Join us, not as our children, but as our peers. Enrich our community with your new skills and your creative energies. But if you establish roots elsewhere, keep the community of Howard County in your hearts. Remember us as an extended family that valued each one of you and made your educational opportunity a #1 priority. Wherever you go, reach out to the next generation of students. Invest in them your tax dollars, but more important, invest your time and your many, many talents. With your diploma, I hand you a charge. Continue this American tradition. Create a haven of safety and love where all children are treasured and where success in education is counted, just like I'll be giving you your diplomas, one student at a time. Congratulations, Lightning. Let's go.
Michelle J. Rim. Cameron Zane Cunningham. Jordan Elizabeth Battle. Ira Isho Ublis. Camille Gabriela Acosta Silva. Corelli Aguilar Martinez. Juan Aguirre Pina. Shajaya Jahan Aki. Mercy Oluwatofunmi Akindele. Kamira Allen. Dewan Lee Allen. Samaya Zahara Salwa Akazali Haidara. Talina Hashem Alzaban. Nicholas Michael Anderson. Joel Adu Ansere. Beatrice Otiwa Antwi. Yesenia Arias. Andres Angel Ariola. Brenda Daniela Arredondo. Divya Atal. Melvin Eli Avilar Fuentes. Jacob Edward Bailey. Joelle Anya Martina Bailey. Michael Anthony Baker. Tyreek Trajan Ball. Joshua Lance Barber. James Alexander Bartolotta. Michael Kevin Beecham. John Goddard Beckford. Sudeep Behera. Brayshawn Tawan Bell. Gregory Cornell Benton Jr. Corbin Wesley Lloyd Blake. Ashley Annalise Bowler. Kobe Bofa. Quantasia Takaya Booth. Justin Anthony Boyce. Stephanie Renee Briner. Cameron Antonio Brooks. Emanuela Bruno. Emily Catherine Brune. Thomas Scott Burfiend Jr. Ethan Joel Cadogan. Caitlin Marie Caldwell. Boyren Zan Khan. Jabria Shantae Carter. Stephanie Lynn Carter. Alexandra Randy Sakala. Christian Chavaria. Shauna Marie Coelho. Gabriel Ashanti Coleman. Kyle Garrett Considine. Andrew Carter Conway. Anna Gabriela Cortez Cantillano. Veronica Beatrice Cortez Menjivar. Mara Violet Costello. Anthony Michael Cressati. Emily Logan Crouch. Dorian Enrique Cruz. Taylor Marie Daffin. Brittany Schnei Dallencourt. John Jose Davis. Stephen Fernandez de la Cruz. Matthew Gregory Dean. Hannah Christine Decree. Jackie Dang. Abner David Deras Sarmiento. Malcolm David DeShields. Ariana Lucina Diaz. Noelle Marie Diaz. Rodrigo Orlando Diaz Rivas. Brandon Jeremiah Dixon. Brighton Phi Ditter. Everin Catherine Dua. Peter John Dolan Jr. Marilyn Econom Edit. Emmanuel Ifeong Ekop Jr. Nicole Renee Ely. Christopher Jose Escobar. Deether Redil Esmolo. Shelby May Ewert. Tayaba Farouk. Chad Austin Ferryman. Jocelyn Nelissa Findley. Brianna Roxanne Fisher. Sarah Fling. Christopher Maurice Flowers. Corey Joseph Frock. Julianne Renee Garcia. Alexis Garcia Hernandez. Hallelujah Getachew. Niall Tasman Gillette. Devin Dwight Gleaton. Nigel McKinley Good. Kyle Christian Goodman. Mecca Halima Green. Tiana Renee Griffin. Samir Hamadi Griggs. Vaughn Preston Grimmett. Joel Armando Guardado. Jessica Virginia Haggerty. Diallo Julius Hairston. Jalen Wesley Hall. Hannah Renee Harder. Taylor Marie Hargist. D'Angelo Maurice Harmon. Dwayne Diamond Harris. Delaney Jane Harrison. Jonathan Alexander Hayes. Jasmine Nicole Hazelwood. Andrew William Hill. Nicholas James Hoffman Jr. Shane Alexander Holmes. Jasmine Michaela Felipe Honeywell. Adaria Autumn Hopkins. Gabriel Seth House. Dominique Lorraine Howard. Jelani Marquise Howard. Sydney Dawn Marie Hudson. Jane Huh. Joseph Huh. Taeyang Huang. Eric Carter Henson. Ruth Tuan Yang. Sarah Ann Isakoff. Brandon Elijah Jackson. Alicia Soraya Jeffries. Yvonne Jimenez. Raheem Enrique Johnson. Anthony Lorenzo Jonas. Gabrielle Christina Jones. Amber Lene Josie. Emily Lee Joyce. Casey Ruthann Justice. Akintunde Bernard Kadiri. Hawk Kai. Jennifer Parisa Korsandian. Atabunk Nkeng Ajon Gakwo Kumba. Albert S. Kim. Hyo Min Kim. Caitlin Gail Kindle. Cameron Joran Jordan King. Jaden Tyler Kirby. John Lewis Conan. Callie Marie Condulis. Anita Lynn Kwong. Kelvin Kumi. Nathaniel Roland Ladson. Sabrina Landaverde. Brenda Ann Marie Lane. Gabriel Patrick Latimer. Nicholas Marshall Lawrence. Kira Simone Lawson. Kellen Yoseli Linder Moran. Sydney Simone Lindsay. Samuel Michael Lobdell. Bradley Garrett Lovelace. Isabella Anna Maisonette. Justin Norawat Manpraded. Yash Mather. Antoine Raymond Matthews. Melanie Ariana Matthews. Rachel Dayana McBride. Ian Patrick McCarthy. Connor Allen McKay. Damon Ahmed McKinney II. Gerald Antonio Mendoza Hill. Na Mi. Jade Victoria Miller. Joseph Lyndon Bailey Moise Copeland. Joseph Michael Mundy. Leo Barnard Montgomery III. Joshua Philip Moran. Brenna Christine Morrison. David Uwem Moses Jr. Andrew Renee Moultrie. Michelle Bin Moon.
Sokjalina Ney. Kenneth Dale Nevins. Abella Phoebe Mwobo. Melissa Marie Geese Olise. Lathan Muhammad Omar. Benjamin Thomas Oshinsky. Denise Padilla Colomer. Matthew Chad Parham. Aaron Yashan Park. Dobbin Park. Simone Sonora Parker. Ashay Manish Patel. Pranev Nanu Patel. Sejal Mahesh Patel. Taylor Madison Rose Peacock. Favor Oluwadamilola Pedro. Linda Swee Penn. Riley Madeline Purdue. Brenda Daniela Perez Mendez. Jorge Guadalupe Perez Mendez. Leon Farrell Plater. Duncan William Polar. Jason Eulalio Quintanilla. Muhammad Ali Rabia. Asia Mariah Ragler. Cassandra Lynn Marks. Tyler Jordan Rains. Joshua Rajan. Nicholas Tyler Randall. Krutika Rathod. Stephanie Racinos Perez. Rhiannon Danielle Riley. Lauren K. Reynolds. Andrew Joseph Ring. Alejandra Marias Rivera Martinez. Sean Patrick Rodiger. Asha Camara Rogers. Brianne Aaliyah Rozier. Carla Rosabel Salvador. J. Anthony Santiago. Nicholas Eugene Semenko. Ramiz Ali Shah. Cheyenne Omidi Shal. Hannah Christine Shea. Claudia Isabel Cibrian Serrano. Shuri Vera Sims. Cameron Malik Smith. Darren Demetrius Smith. Devin Dominic Smith. Jessica Andrea Sneed. Ife Oluwamide Oluwabukola Sequoia. Yulim Song. Amber Danielle Stanford. Dimitri Alexander Staten Jr. Michael Aaron Stokes. Hannah Sung Soo. Manav Altukamar Sukhadia. Christian Muir Tajan. Andrew Tam. Jonathan Abiel Taylor. Riley Winona Taylor. Ram Keo Fang. Biak Fong. Vaughn Yang Thoy. Daniel James Thomas. Dot Haley Tile. Jeffrey Maddox Tilley. John Kane Toohey. Alejandra Lizette Tovar Argueta. Helen Tran. Henry Tran. Renee Janice Trevette. Carson Edward Troy. Abdullah Muhammad Larry Tyler. Marcus Cedric Valiente. Alicia Esther Veliz. Anthony John Verdadero. Abigail Tamara Vidals. Cindy Villatoro. Miranda Vo. Natalie Jean Vogelai. Xavier Chinazam Wabara. Tyler Walker. Alina Maisha Wall. Asha Callie Ward. Kristaluna Alessia Warner. Crystal Ann Weatherholtz. Tracy Viola Wyant. Casey May White. Carl Willie Whitehead III. Tyler Andrew Wickline. Devin Simone Williams. Nina Alyssa Williams. Aaron Jerome Wilson. Christian Harris Wilson. Giovanna Zakia Wilson. Erin Christine Winneberger. Destiny Wise. Linda Taylor Wood. Christian Wright. Damani Jamin Wright. Elena Yarn Castro. Calvert Bryce Yelton. Kenneth Kai Young. Josiah Johannes. Andre Rajan Young. Aaron Raphael Zaki. Ms. French, please allow the following Howard County Public School System staff members to award their children's diplomas. Jennifer Blasco, Elk Ridge Landing Middle School. Austin Matthew Blasco. Nicole Epstein, Deep Run Elementary School. Nicholas Alexander Epstein. Julie Foreman, Duckett's Lane Elementary School. Sydney Marie Foreman. Martita Hill, County Diagnostic Center. Amber Noel Gibson. Geraldine Dorzen, Longreach High School. Christy Ann Latour. Lori Lerman, Duckett's Lane Elementary School. Allison Sarah Lerman. Karen Lightfield, Bella Springs Elementary School. Elena Grace Lightfield. Maria Martinez, Veterans Elementary School. Ninoska Jacqueline Martinez. Maria Moy, Manor Woods Elementary School. Stephanie Lynn Moy. Joseph Novotny, Long Reach High School. Taylor Morgan Novotny.
Good afternoon. My name is Sydney Foreman, Class Vice President. We go through many stages in our lifetime. Like any other stage in life, high school is a stage. We learn to grow and mature here. By turning our tassels from the right to the left, we show that we have passed from one stage and are moving on to another. Class of 2017, please stand up and join me in turning your tassel from the right to the left as we move on to our next stage in life. Congratulations, Class of 2017.
Thank you so much for coming on this wonderful day. So, here are instructions. First, we gotta please allow all the graduates to exit before you leave, and diplomas will be distributed on each side of the pavilion.